Hello to my channel Chinese Star. Today we will bring you the following hot and exciting news.
Top 10 Best Chinese Movies, Exploding Ratings in 2023. Chinese historical films are a rising film genre, especially in 2020, 2021, 2022. Good scripts and beautiful actors always attract viewers. The following top Chinese historical films will definitely make your heart flutter. Join me in discovering good Chinese historical films in 2023 and the top best historical films of all time. Nak Ka Dao, adapted, Huiyan Huiyan, Ko Trang, release date. 2022 duration, episode, minute episode director, Chiang Jie-tuan main actors, Zaya Osan, Nam Man Nak Ka Dao, adapted, Huiyan Huiyan, Ko Trang. Nak Ka Dao is a Chinese-language television series adapted from the famous novel Chunan by author Thuong Nuyet. The entire film circuit revolves around two characters Voy-on, Zaya Osan and Chunan, Nam Man. The audience seems to be able to enjoy a bit of the sweetness of love mixed with a bit of sadness between a person who is a righteous princess of the Red Clan, and a person who is born as the cold and lonely crown prince Kong Teng. Dream of Hoa Luke, ancient, romance, comedy, release date. 2022 duration, 40 episodes, minutes 1 episode director, Duan main actors, Liu Yifrey, Tran Hu, Lu Nam. With the participation of sister fairy Liu Yifrey, the movie Dream of Flowers has been eagerly anticipated by the online community since the day it wrapped. The film also quickly received huge views immediately after with more than 480 million views on WeTV. The main content revolves around Triu Fan Nhi's unfortunate fate as a singer. She is not willing to give her fate to ungrateful men but decides to stand up and take revenge. Besides the explosive details, the audience also enjoyed the juggling and flirting of couple Liu Yifrey and Tran Hu on the small screen. Letting Thai Tien Ha, costume, comedy, romance, number of episodes. 20 episodes duration. 45 minutes episode actors, Triu Lo Tu. Duan Bok Phuong was originally a beautiful princess, with an elegant temperament but had to step into the streets to hide his identity. On her journey, she met Hak Fong Tuc and fell in love. Currently, Letting Tien Ha is attracting the attention of the audience, believing that the film will be among the best Chinese historical films. Tin Lak Gun Thandong, mythology, historical, romance, number of episodes, updating duration, updating actors, Dang Luan, Duong Tu. The film is about twin sisters Thang Quai and Da Dam. Thang Quai has an honest and warm personality and is the hope of the family. Da Dam has an erratic temper and has been considered a bad omen since birth. Thang Quai was destined to marry the Tien clan as a concubine while Da Dam had to marry the Demon clan. However, Da Dam accidentally boarded the wrong palanquin to marry into the God clan. To know what their fate will be, watch this movie and the top upcoming Chinese historical movies. Ngu Jia Akai, costume, fantasy, martial arts, genre, historical, release date. 2022 duration. 22 episodes, 45 minutes episode director, Chun Hubin main actors, Dilraba Dilmurat, Nam Jiluan, Kwok Hudin. The next movie on the list of good Chinese historical movies that cannot be missed in 2022 is the movie Ngu Jia Akai. The film is adapted from the historical fantasy novel by author Ciu Lo Fai Huang. In the movie, actress Dilraba Dilmurat transforms into Kai Van Hoa, the most powerful demon master in the world. And Nam Ji Luan is a fishman, mermaid, with a shocking appearance. The demon master was assigned the task of subduing his lover, but she fell deeply in love with him. Later, the movie's details become more attractive with a surprising ending that makes viewers go from one surprise to another. Tram Van Huang Fei, romance, adaptation, release date. 2022 duration, updating director, Kwok Ho, Nam Hai Dao. Main actors, Thang Gi, Yang Zi, Truongda. If you are fans of the fairy tale historical film genre, should not miss the latest movie Tram Van Huang Fei. The film revolves around the long love story between two main characters, Nam Dam, a crystal lotus flower transformed into a human, and Der Nguyen. Because she had to transform into a human before 100 years, Nam Dam had to go through a difficult love life. From the bottom of my heart, I wanted to give half of my heart to Nguyen, but he didn't remember her. Later, Nam Dam decided to give up his immortal body to enter reincarnation and wandered along the Vuongzuyen River for more than 800 years. Tin Han Zan Lan, Transcendence, Love Story, Legend, release date. 2022 duration. 66 episodes, 45 minutes episode director, Phi Chan Tuong. Main actors, Wu Loi, Tri Yulo Tu, Kwok Dao, Tang Li. The film is adapted from the work of the same name by author Kwantam Tak Lan, with the main characters Trin Thu Thuong, played by Tri Yulo Tu, and Lang Bat Gi, played by Ngo Loi. Miss Thu Thuong was originally a martial artist but unfortunately had to live in a time of chaos. With a martial arts background and a scheming aunt, she always hides her talents and always shows herself to be a weak person. The appearance of Lang Bat Gi further pushed her into dangerous circumstances and made Tri Yulo Tu's role even more tragic. The ending of the movie promises not to disappoint the fans. Let's look forward to the latest episodes of Tin Han Zan La. Truong New Yet Hanmin. Release date 2022. Duration, updating director, Kujayak Long. Main actors, La Van Hai, Bok Loc, Trandalin, Dang V. Truong New Yet Hanmin is inherently a cold-blooded person, has no human love, always solves everything with blood. But the female lead Lida Tu always vows to love the male lead. Even though she was imprisoned, harmed, and abandoned, Lida still endured and wanted to tie her life to the male protagonist, even giving birth to a child for him after her death. Linan Tam Thuong, Ancient, comedy, release date 2022. Duration, updating director, Cao Tong Kai. Main actors, Trin Heap Than, Ho Ai Hon, Huang Kanzan, Duan Lam. Link to watch the movie above. Netflix's Linan Tam Thuong, also known as the Sleepless Princess, tells the story of Princess Tu So Nu Yet, who suffered from insomnia since childhood due to an incident. She always has to face and overcome loneliness in the harem. Later she became the wife of Teetjer, a cold general, and they disagreed on everything. But later this couple gradually understood each other better and helped find the truth about the death of Senior Titno. Thuong Thuk, Royal Court, Cuisine, Romance, release date 2022. Duration 40 episodes, 45 minutes. Episode director, Vuan Nui, Bok Van Mak. Main actors, Hua Kai, Ngo Kan Gon, Vuong Na Treat, Ha Tu Hein, Truong Nam, Vuan Son Hin, Truong Chi Ke. The film is set in the Ming Dynasty with the main character Dear Tu Kalm, a maid of So Thuong Thuk. Growing up day by day in the secret palace, she insisted on learning Chinese culinary skills. The story revolves around the warm family life of three touching Ming Dynasty emperors.
Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to our support channel.